cut off 6 inches, and then I cut it at 6.5, and then that would be 5.5. So the 6, I can't stand the waste paper, so the 6 went on this side, and then I flipped it over and used the back on the 5.5 side. So I had, you know, an inch plus of blank chipboard every other page. So I just took a colored strip to go down the spine, or the whatever this is called, the whole side, every other page. I just flipped it over and used 6.5 inch side, 6.5 inch side, flip it over, and use that back side that was 5.5 inches, cover it with the strip. This is hard to see, it's so active, but this is a 5.5 cut, 6.5 cuts on the back. That's the back side, and then there's a strip that matches the 6.5 inch side. And there you go. I like to just see where I would have made changes when it's all said and done. If I document it as I go, I can see, well, I really like that better before I did this, or oh, I really liked it after I did it. It helps with making them the next time. So okay, so there's the album all covered, and I showed pictures. I used the ATG gun. I'm not very good at it, so it was kind of tacky on the edges. And the quick fix for that is, you see this pile of powder over here, baby powder. I just tap it in all the way around the edges in the baby powder. Brush it off either with my hand or a little paintbrush. It takes the sticky off. This was the cover. This isn't going on the cover. This is cut. I have all the measurements at the end. But I cut the house, turned it around. I backed it with some yellow for the light in the windows and black for the trim on the house. I put some, what is it called? Stampin' Up's crystal effects in the windows. And then as it was drying, sprinkled some glitter in the windows, put some rhinestones on the door, and then I'm going to cut a 3-inch circle. I think it was 3 inches. I took some white ink, distressed the edges, and kind of wiped it around the edges to make my moon. Then I cut a tree, and the tree I did not want to try to distress with the black, so I sprayed it with the glimmer, the same honeydew that I just sprayed. I used a second ago. And I think I may cut another one of these and make it thicker and then pop it up. And then the last thing I think I'll put in the cover is this bling. Make it look like wind blowing. Give it a little pizzazz. I'm gonna have to fit it behind the house and through the tree. So that's where I'm at with the front cover right now. And then I'm just gonna place throughout the book these various cutouts from the October 31st cart. Okay, I finished cutting out the various cuts I wanted from my Cricut cartridge. I took a snap of them earlier before I started distressing them on the edges, inking the edges, just so you could see the subtle variation. I think it's important to, it'll help them pop better if you go ahead and just ink them. Even, I didn't ink these little guys right here, but the cat, this is the word beware, beware, beware. There you can see, and these ones that are really delicate, it doesn't take much. If you can just run over the edges, hold it between your fingers real tight. Even though it's not much, it really does make a difference when you put it against the paper. It makes it pop. Just gives it that little bit of standout. Now on the word beware, beware, I didn't want to ink it for something a little different. I think I'm going to go ahead and do what I did to the tree in the front, and I'm going to glimmer mist the black letters. It's not going to do a whole lot, just give them a little bit of shimmer. But the black's really not going to show on this black paper, so I keep from spraying everybody else. And I only own 2 glimmer mists. I don't use it a whole lot, but I don't have one of those fancy mats that keep it from. This one is, I probably didn't shake it enough before I started. This one is Honeydew Mist. I hope it settles to the bottom like that, but you can still see it gives it a little extra something. I'll have to place that one there and flatten them out so they dry flat. There's just paper, not cardstock, so they're gonna try to curl on me a little bit. Okay, so let that dry, and then I'm just gonna kind of go through and start placing these throughout the book, lay them out, and then start. I think I'm gonna cut some cartouches to put some photo mats in, and I'm not big on tags. I know a lot of people like the tags with the mini albums. The friends that I'm making this for, they're not really scrapbookers, so I don't really know if they're gonna know what to do with a bunch of these little bitty tags. So I'm going to try to keep it somewhat, I mean, I'm going to do a lot more to it, but when it gets so full, the way, I mean, I adore the big chunky albums, but when they're so full, and you give it to somebody who's not a scrapbooker, I think they're overwhelmed with how much detail is already done to it, and they don't know what to do to it themselves. And I'm almost afraid to use. Some of those are just so gorgeous. They're pieces of artwork on their own. You don't even want to put your pictures in there. So anyway, I'm going to go through it now, place these things, and pick up the video later. I knew I wanted a chandelier on one of the pages. Here I cut some borders. I can use either side. I think I use the green side. I finished taking all the little pieces. Use that. I've cut different frames. I can use these as frames, just kind of precariously placed at different angles on the pages for them to either slip pictures behind, or tuck them under corners. A couple of, if they print wallet size, they fit a couple on there. And of course, to save the insides of the frames, they can. I mean, that's going to be used as photo mats as well, different sizes. Of course, a double side or two-sided, I can use either side. There's a bigger one, another frame, different kind of frame here. Like I said, they can slide them behind, or I'll tack them down in a few spots so people can either, put pictures behind them, or kind of kitty wampus on top, tuck them under. And then I've cut some brackets, and I cut these on orange paper, and then before I took them off the mat, I stamped them with a skull stamp. I'm gonna put these as maybe photo brackets or brackets to, put a photo between. So now it's part of the design process. And my step is to now go through and look at the different pages and pick an element to for them to add a picture to after I give it to them. So something like that. Room to journal, something, a place to put a picture, a few more embellishments. I forget the frame on that I can embellish it on the side. But I feel like I need to get the frame down so I know, 4x6 or 3.5x5 if they cut them down a little bit, what we're playing with on the page. So, okay, so that's where I'm at now, and actually Halloween or the party is in 2 days, so I'm running out of time as usual. Kit also came with this page of cardstock stickers and alphabets cardstock stickers, so I'm going to be playing with these elements also, incorporate them with that to complete the album. Alright, I'll be back.